looking to second to one, and now they got the man trapped at third and taking it out. And second and two, handoff goes to McCaffrey up the middle, finds a little room, one more room, and he's off to the races.
Welcome to the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Kate Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. These are your hosts, bringing you the ultimate in sports news for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? This is K Dixon. You got my man Rich online. We'll be without Mo tonight. Mo's son's that he's down in the weather, so just make sure you give Mo a little prayer, his son a little prayer before you kneel down and pray tonight. Other than that, I think we're good. Waiting on a couple guys to come online, so we can get it started. We got Dana online. Dana, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You must be happy because the Miami heard that the U is doing their thing right now, huh?
Yeah, I'm happy. And the Dolphins gonna turn it around after the Sunday they beat the Cleveland Browns. 10-7.
Yeah, okay.
10-7.
Hey, on that, I gotta tell you this right now. Don't disappear on Sunday, right? Don't disappear.
I won't. You know the number.
Yep, and then you better answer. You better answer.
Answer.
So let's get started. MLB, man, I don't know about y'all, but I am happy. My Dodgers is playing the best baseball I've seen in a long time. Yo, this team could be ranked up there in the top 5. For real. Man, I'm telling you, the Milwaukee, to me, Philly is the second best team in the MLB. And that's who they should have been playing right now. That again, I don't agree with this the way they had this playoffs thing set up. We all know that Philly had the Dodgers. Going into the playoffs, Milwaukee was a team to beat. They had the 14 winning streak, and they was basically doing their thing.
It was balling.
They struggled in the playoffs, but they got through. Dodgers took 2 from the Phillies in Philadelphia and came back to LA, and with pitcher error they won the game. But the thing about it is pressure. The pressure busts pipes. Big time players make big time plays in big time games, and that's what happened. So going into the Milwaukee series, I was a little skeptical. Okay, I was a little scared. I'm not one to talk a lot of trash about my team. But I'm gonna say this though. I think that I think it's their year again. I really do believe it's a year, and hopefully they can make things happen. In this playoff against the Brewers, if they win Game 3, I think it's pretty much over with. They got 3 in LA. I can't see them losing all 3. I can't see them losing 2. I can't see them going back to Milwaukee. But the thing about it is though, is that now there's been so many question marks about Ohtani being a pitcher and being a DH. Don't be surprised if they come out and say that you can't do both. To me, if you can do both, that just shows you you're an athlete. In my personal opinion, that shows you're an athlete. And it shows that you can play at a high level. I ain't seen nobody complaining about Deion Sanders playing offense, defense, kick return, punt return, quarterback, wide receiver. Nobody complained about that when he did that. Ain't nobody complaining about Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson did his thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, the Phillies series, it was a lot of question marks about everybody wants to see the Dodgers go to the World Series. And what I noticed though is the strike zone against the Phillies, strike zone against the Brewers are completely different. Completely different, man. I'm like, this is crazy. But last night game, man, he pitched all 9 innings. Yakamoto, or however you say his name.
Yakamoto.
No disrespect, but yeah. But this kid is nice. And from what I'm hearing is there's another kid in Japan that Dodgers looking at getting also to come over next year and play with the Dodgers. But if you guys really think about it though, baseball to me is more as a Midwest West Coast vibe during this time of year. Who wants to play in Chicago in October or Yankee Stadium in October?
Chicago,
when you crack
Chicago,
and New York.
Detroit.
Right.
Well, Detroit got an indoor stadium, so it's not that big of not big a deal. But I'm just saying, if you think about it, the weather has a factor in October, and actually, weather has a factor at the beginning of baseball. But if you think about it, why don't more players like Dodgers are probably the place to go right now if you want to be a free agent. You know, they're talking about the kid from the Cardinals going there, and the dude from Beckman, Mr. Beckman from Boston.
Bregman.
Yeah, he's always wanted to play for the Dodgers, right?
Well,
so
he
you have
out.
Yeah. So you have these guys want to go out there and play for the Dodgers because, man, just think about this. Baseball's played in the summertime. You got the beach. You got the beach. And you got the beach. You got warm weather. And I would used to say that about basketball, too, when it came to the Lakers. You got the beach. You got the beach. You got the beach. And good weather. Then you throw Miami in there, and you got the beach, and warm weather. But it looked like with baseball is, you would think Padres would be a hot commodity. You think the Giants would be a hot commodity because they're all out west, but they're not. So does the Dodgers have the formula to bring players out there? And I don't know if you guys heard Freddie Freeman talk about the reason why he plays, the reason why he went to the Dodgers, and how it's more like a family type of thing, and the camaraderie, and everybody's held accountable type of thing. And I'm gonna say this: do I think Dave Roberts is a great manager? No, I think he fell into a pot of gold, because at the time there, when they was getting there and not winning, having the best record, not winning, you know. I was like, what's going on here? This guy got to go. I was ready for him the year before last when they lost in the playoffs. I was like, I'm ready for him to go but what I didn't understand was, in a 3-game series, you got to have 3 great pitchers, and he didn't have that in a 3-game series. He might have had 1 or 2, and the bullpen was kind of shaky. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, this series is, if the Dodgers win, the series is over with. But I tell you what, though, Seattle, if you're surprised that Seattle's doing what they're doing, raise your hand.
Oh, I'm totally surprised. They on fire.
They're they handle their business, man. Yeah. And I remember in the mid-season, there was a guy on the radio said, "Don't be surprised if Seattle gets to the World Series and has a." He said, "Don't be surprised if Seattle gets to the World Series and wins. If they don't play the Dodgers, they'll probably be everybody else in the National League." They've been.
I think it's sweet.
My question is though, where's Matthew when we need him? You know what I'm saying? I'm a backdoor Seattle Mariners fan, but them guys are playing great baseball right now. And the Blue Jays, again, we're talking about the Dodgers and Seattle, who played a prior series to get to where they're getting. So again, I think to me that's an advance, because you're still you're still in your rotation of doing what you normally do for the last 6 to 7 months. Where when you take off time and you got to come back and you got to play the way you need to play, and everybody said, well, you get a chance to get your pitching, you get a chance to get your pitching rotation together, but as we seeing right now with Seattle, it don't matter if pitching, they still hitting the ball. You know what I'm saying? So again, I mean, this is what we wanted though, for real. We wanted to see this type of playoffs. Now I know next year supposedly they're gonna have the robot doing behind the plate. So a strike is a strike, a ball is a ball, and that's gonna change some things. You know what I'm saying? Now
the strike zone was wide this year.
Yeah. So this is my question though, is that if the strike zone, let's say the strike zone is 2x4, does it stay 2x4 for everybody? So that means now the pitchers have to adjust to the strike zone that the robot's calling, not what the umpire's calling, because now you look at the umpire, if I throw high heat, that's a strike to him. If I throw a low in the left corner, that's a strike to him, or it's his ball to him, because you adjust to the umpires that you have that's calling your game. Now you don't have a human being calling it.
Well, I think that it gives the officiating some consistency.
Yes, it does.
You know, if there's defined lines. And now you pitchers you're gonna have to adjust because the strike zone is finite. Like this is what it is.
Exactly. You won't be able to change it. It won't be a matter of what umpire is calling what. It's gonna be the same all the way around. So now you have to really adjust to you really have to adjust to what goes on in the games of baseball.
Yeah.
So, even with you got free agency coming up. I mean, I think this free agency is gonna be pretty wild. And I gotta ask you guys a question. All y'all have your own baseball team, but with the Dodgers, with Shotani, he basically came back and said, "Look, I'll defer my money on the back end of it so that we can get great players."
That's not going to happen.
Why don't you see other teams do the same thing?
With the young,
they don't have the payroll the Dodgers got. I agree. Dodgers pay. Everybody know beaches in warm weather. Dodgers pay.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, if you can defer money, if you talk a guy into deferring money, that helps your team out in the long run, right? When you think?
Well, but not everybody is Shohei Ohtani. Like Shohei is a freak of nature, so it's like getting LeBron James. You know what I mean? Like this is a freak of nature. You don't get this type of player even every generation. Like not everybody's hitting the ball and dealing like Shohei. So you offer him the bag and say we can pay you this, but not every player is going to even qualify for an offer like
that. But let's say that. So we know that baseball players are guaranteed all their money, right? Mm-hmm. So why can't we go to a baseball player and say, look, I'm gonna guarantee you all this money up front, but on the back end, I need you to defer, because if you come to my team, then I can go and get player A, B, and C to come and play with you because of your talent that you have. So that's all I'm saying is that. Go ahead.
When that player's finished, that money is hitting your salary cap. Like that's hitting that $35 million a year that you're paying him is counted to the money that you're paying out in salary. And so
true.
By that time, you know, players could be making $60-70 million a year. And here this little 35 is sitting down here taking up space when I could have went and got so and so for that same 35.
Okay, so let's look at Bobby Bonilla, who gets $1 million from the Mets.
And how well have the Mets played since then?
20, 30 something. But it's only $1 million, right? It's only $1 million.
It's a million less than they can spend.
True, but the thing about it is, if you think about it, $1 million ain't the million that they give him. It wasn't. It's less than it was when they first gave it to him because the salary cap keeps going up, right?
It does.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm just trying to figure out why the teams like the Yankees was the ones that was outspending a whole lot of money before they was buying championships. What happened to that? Why is the Yankees not doing that now?
Because the Phillies
to be competitive
and the Dodgers are doing it.
They're working for the Dodgers.
But what make the Dodgers?
They would take a big gumbo.
But Dana,
take a big gumbo for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Like you said, nobody want to play in New York. It's all.
But New York has a tradition, and I wish Mo was on this call with us because I definitely want to get his opinion on because New York has a tradition, right? Absolutely. And some people say you can't compare the Dodgers to New York because they went from one city to another, so you can't compare Brooklyn and LA to the Yankees, which I think, as long as you have the name, you can compare both. You can both cities. I mean, you could compare the organization to the Yankees. So when the person said that to me, I said, so then if you're saying that what Brooklyn did doesn't count for the Dodgers, then the Minneapolis Lakers championships don't count for the Lakers.
Listen.
Like, no. It does. I said, no, wait, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Right? You can't have it both ways.
But the Lakers have an equal in the Celtics, where the Yankees don't have an equal in baseball. Like there's nobody even close.
Close. No, you're right.
So their tradition is a little different than everybody. People want to play for the Yankees just because they want to get a title in New York. Because they can be number 27 or whatever number. They got like 26 or 27 of them.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Lou.
Because everybody assumes that when they go to the Yankees, they're going to be winning a championship in like 2 or 3 years, which hasn't been the case. You haven't won since 2009. A lot of people are thinking, oh, we got this player, we can buy a championship. No, you can't. No matter what anybody says, that's not how it works. If you're not getting the strikeouts or hitting the home runs or whatever, I don't care what your name is. If you're not winning games, they're oh.
Okay, Lou. So let me ask you a question. So, like, you had my man Soto there. He left and went to the Mets, and we knew he's probably going to the highest bidder, right? But look how close they were to win it. Look how close they were to maybe winning the World Series against the Dodgers last year, in a couple games, right? Because they start game 4 or game 3 or game 4, whatever. Their bats started coming alive, right? So if I'm Soto, I'm looking at this saying, yo, we're not that far away from beating the Dodgers. So why would I leave the Yankees to go to the Mets, right? Why would I go across, get on the train, make an L shape, and I'm at the Mets? Why would I do that and not stay with the Yankees? Because you have the tradition of the Yankees, and Mets don't really have that same tradition as far as winning World Series. Because if you talk to a Yankee fan, they'll tell you, 27, 28, 26, whatever.
27, 28,
and I'll come back and say to them, how many of those 27 were you born to see? If you were born to see only 7 of them, then you only got 7. The organization, you can talk about the organization having 7, but you only saw, 27, but you only saw 7. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I don't know what is. I just need to know the whole, like, being a Dodger fan. I'm a Dodger fan because of Jackie Robinson, right? That bottom line. That's it. Right. My dad was a Dodger fan because of Jackie, and I became a fan of the Dodgers because of Jackie, right? Didn't know it at the time, but as I started reading about him, I was like, yo, this is what it's all about, And pretty much all my teams I like, other than Penn State, had some black history, had some type of black history with them that caused me to be part of that tradition to be with them. And on top of that, which really weird is, I'm born in February, which is Black History Month. So it all basically coincided. It just was. This was God's making of me liking the teams I like. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Penn State. But again, like when I tell people about the Browns, they're like, "You like the Browns?" I like when I was a kid growing up, they were good. You know what I'm saying? They're no good right now. They're one of the most dysfunctional football teams going forward. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I have no clue. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But what I'm saying though is that when it comes to baseball, there got to be a reason for somebody else to want to play for somebody else, other man drafted, right? The Phillies are not going to be the Phillies. They got two guys that they're not going to pay, right? They're going to let them walk, but then they have a great farm system. But bringing on another person in a farm system, where does that put you at in the pecking order of winning a World Series again? Because them guys ain't getting no younger. They're getting older. You know what I'm saying? And if you lose an ace here or a batter here, because what's the guy? What's his name? Schwarber. He basically said, "Yo, I love my friends. I love it here," but he's leaving, right? He basically said he's going. He's basically said he's leaving. You know, I don't know where he's going.
Back to Boston.
But he's not staying in Philadelphia. But the reason I'd like to know why he's not staying in Philadelphia. When they had the second best record in the National League, but they were offensively, they was probably one or two best team. And they came up against the Dodgers, and the Dodgers went to Philly and this smacked them. You know, so it's a question out there that needs to be answered. Why nobody else does what the Dodgers do? And if it's finances, then find the finances. You know what I'm saying? You have to find the finance. Go ahead, Rich.
Tell me another player outside of Shohei in Major League Baseball that you would do that for.
Well, I'm gonna say this: if I'm looking at, okay, so let's take Soto for example, right? And how close they were to winning the World Series last year. If I'm the GM of the Yankees, I'm like, Soto, look here, we want to keep you here because you're a good fit here and you did well here. Can you defer some money on the back end to stay here? Now, if we do this, then we can go out there and get this pitcher, that pitcher, and this third baseman, and then come trade deadline, we could probably get some other players that's going to help us overcome our deficiencies in the long run. Now, he has an opportunity to say yes or no. You know what I'm saying? And then depends on what he says. It depends on what he does. But Shohan went to the Dodgers and told the Dodgers, this is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. So that's more of a team. That's more of a person saying, I'm not looking out for myself. Because if you think about it, the dude is, in Japan, that's all they know. You know, and the Dodgers have a very big Asian, I want to say, fan base. You go to Japan, that's all you see. Now, and they have connections over there.
But Shohei is Soto Shohei's equal in baseball.
No, he's not.
That's
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Like,
he doesn't pitch.
Like he's not his equal. There's nobody that does what Shohei does. And that's what sets him apart. That's why you can offer him that.
Right. But for him to go to the Dodgers and say, look, let me defer this money. That says a lot about him as a player.
Well, absolutely.
Because he
probably makes more money in endorsements than he does in baseball salary.
Yeah. I'm waiting for him to have a Campbell soup commercial with his mom. You know what I'm saying? That you know you made it when you do this Campbell soup commercial with your mom. You know you made it then.
Yeah.
You know
And think about all the money he's getting in Japan.
Oh my God,
he's a hero.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Yeah.
And for baseball to be an American made sport.
Yeah.
And we can't master it no more. That says a lot about us.
Yeah, when we used to be.
That says a lot about us. It really does. It really does. You know, so I'm just gonna tell y'all, sit back and enjoy the ride. The only problem I have is if we win, I gotta go out and get new gear. I want to be able to say, I want to put back to back on something of mine. Which gonna cost a little change to do, but hey, it is what it is, man. And the thing about the Dodgers, it doesn't look like this is gonna stop no time soon. I think the only thing can hurt this team is injuries and father time. That's the only thing I think, because if they draft well, their farm system well, they give up players. You know, like Cody Bellinger said, this is the most. He went Yankees. He said this is the most talented team I ever been on. And Dodgers took that to heart. And if you talk to Dodgers, they would tell you, yo, I want to see them in the World. I want to see the Yankees in the World Series because of what he said. But he won a World Series with the Dodgers. He was Rookie of the Year with the Dodgers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Rich, I think we got the same type of computer table. I'm looking at your table, and my table looks kind of the same. You got drawers? I can't hear you.
Nah, this is an L shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, just got one drawer. I don't need no drawers. I don't need no papers.
Yeah, I got 3 drawers and a shelf. If where I'm sitting at, on my left hand side, I got my drawers here, and on my right hand side, I got a shelf where and I got a drawer, a connected drawer, and right next to it, I got my printer right next to it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like in a L-shaped side, L-shaped space side.
I got one drawer.
But anyway, baseball. Just sit back and enjoy it. See how this thing turns out, and hopefully the Dodgers can pull this thing out. There was a time period where I didn't know if they was gonna make it. I really didn't, but I think they basically got bored. They got bored. They got bored. I really believe they got bored, waiting for the playoffs to get around, because this is not the team I saw at all during the season. And the Brewers swept them. The Brewers swept them this year, and that was kind of worried me. I'm like, okay, there was some game, like even with the Phillies, they played them at the end of the year, but they gave up. They the 2 games they lost to them, they lost late in the innings because of the bullpen. But when you got pitchers like Snell doing what he's doing, and Yamamoto, and then you got Glasnow coming up next. I hate to say this, but I don't think Kershaw will get a opportunity to pitch in the series unless it comes through the bullpen, because that game against Philadelphia, that was hard to watch, man. Yeah,
this is last year, ain't it?
Yeah, he said he's retiring. I mean, Rojas said he's Rojas said he's retiring too as well.
Okay. Yeah, this is
so
his
Dodgers
Ray
got
Lewis
2
year.
Yeah, so the Dodgers got 2 guys that they gonna have to replace. Rojas, I think they got something for him, and as far as Kershaw, I know there was some speculation of him coming back as assistant pitching coach or something like that with the Dodgers. So he probably won't go too far away from being a Dodger, if he comes back as a coach. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it for baseball. We got 4 teams left. Both Seattle's up 2-0, Dodgers up 2-0, and I think it comes to a surprise to any person that's watching baseball right now that we're seeing the dominant forces for Seattle and the dominant force for the Dodgers, and they're going back home to play. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Seattle and the Dodgers, a West Coast series. Should be nice.
That too.
I got my favorite team and my backdoor favorite team playing each other. So I wouldn't, if Seattle were to win, I wouldn't go out by no Seattle gear, but I like them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. All right, Rich. Let's get to the pick'ems. I thought I heard is that Curry that's online? Oh no, I didn't hear Curry. So Rich, let's get to pick'em. So let's look at what we got. So last week, Rich, you were 7-8, which put you at 56-37-1. Mo was 10-5, puts him at 60-31. It's not too big of a gap between y'all two when it comes to your pick'ems, even though I did couple y'all pick'ems at all, whatever the case may be. And I kind of like made some things up as I went along with the pick'ems.
Yeah.
So Thursday night, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals have a new quarterback and Joe Flacco, which we're going to talk about the comment that Mike Tomlin said about Flacco later on in the show. We'll talk about that as well. I don't see no reason why Pittsburgh doesn't win this game.
Neither do I.
Yeah,
Rich, what you got?
See a reason. I got the Steelers.
Okay.
But
the
I heard
Dodgers.
something interesting today.
Go ahead, Dana.
Pittsburgh is 0-8 on Thursday night football.
Are they? That's crazy because they're undefeated on the top and on Monday night.
I'm gonna take the Bengals.
Rich changes.
I heard that today on First Take. I was like, wow, I didn't know that.
Wow, I didn't know that either.
I was nervous because they ball flat.
Where is Mo when you need him, baby?
Throw the ball.
Where is Mo at when you need him? Let me write that down. 0-8 on Thursday nights.
Keegan Murray just signed for $140 million over 5 years with the Kings. Keegan Murray. 5 years, $140.
The Kings.
Yeah.
The hockey team?
No. The best Sacramento.
Sacramento Kings.
They signed in everybody. They got Westbrook today.
Okay, still write that down. Steelers, okay.
Yeah, I got Steelers.
That's a fact that I gotta check out. All right, so Mo changed his pick to Rich. I mean, changed it to Cincinnati. We got the Rams in Jacksonville over across the waters. I gotta go for the Rams. Something's not right with that team. And there's rumors that Nick Chubb might get traded to the Rams. If that happens, it's pretty much over. It's going to be over with him.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Okay.
Who you got, Rich?
I'm taking I'm gonna take the Rams on the road.
Okay.
They played horrible last game.
So they beat Baltimore, but it wasn't. I don't know if the weather was a factor, but Stafford don't look right. He's still missing some. And him and Adams got to get on board. Now I don't know if Puka's going to play or not. They said something about him having a sprain, but he played the second half of the Ravens game, so I don't know where he's sitting at now. I don't know if that's a game time decision or not.
He was a decoy that second half.
Yeah, that's basically what he was. But I have him on my fantasy football league, which, by the way, Dodge, I don't know if you'll notice, I'm 6-0. Rich, what's your record?
What?
In the fantasy football?
5. I just lost my first game this week. No, wait.
Okay.
In our league,
yeah,
I might be like 3-3 or something.
Am I the only one that took this draft serious?
Oh no, I'm 6-0.
I'm 6-0.
Oh, you 6-0 with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna have to cross paths sooner or later.
Yeah, we are.
Who is Belt the ass?
That's my nephew.
Oh, let him know he about to get it.
I'm surely gonna tell him.
All right, next up we got New Orleans and Chicago. Chicago went to DC and upset them. The Commanders. Now they're thinking about this. If it weren't for that Hail Mary last year, Chicago would have won last year. So this put some question marks on the board for the Washington Commanders. But who you got, Rich?
I'm taking the Bears at the crib.
Oh, too crazy this Monday night game.
Okay, Rich. You know what, man? I'm gonna go on a limb and take New Orleans. They're playing good. They're playing good football.
They're playing 1-5.
Even though the record don't state it. But man, we ain't hearing nothing about the coach getting fired down there. They playing competitive football.
Yeah, but they ain't finishers. And Olave's
we got
questionable.
We got the Miami Dolphins coming to Cleveland. Dana, the weather in Cleveland's supposed to be a windy 5.2. That's above freezing. Y'all might have a chance. We might get a chance to see Shador. We might get a chance to see Shador. I think our defense is going to come through this time around. So I'm Mo. So I'm picking Cleveland. Rich, who you got?
I'm taking Cleveland.
Both 1-5. Okay. New England at Tennessee, right? This is get back bowl. Rabel get fired from Tennessee. Tennessee fires their coach. I think Drake May is the real deal right now. I'm saying New England by at least 20. He's gonna hammer them.
I'm taking New
England.
You got
Mo? New England too. You got New England too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Las Vegas Raiders against Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. Has Kansas City found their footing? Look like they did against Detroit. But there's a conversation you need to have with them as well. I gotta go with Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm going with Kansas City because I don't know where Geno Smith learned how to play football. And without Brock Bowers, I mean they can't even get Jacoby's there. I don't know what the Raiders are doing. They about to fire the bull.
Mm-hmm. That's the quarterback he wanted. He went out and got him, and now look what's going on.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Philadelphia Eagles at the Minnesota Vikings. Philadelphia has stumbled. They stumbling, rumbling, bumbling around. They've only scored 17 points the last 2 games, but gave a whole lot more. I say they find a footing against the Minnesota. I keep someone say Timberwolves. Minnesota Vikings. I'm going with Philadelphia on this one.
I did this last time, and they burnt me. And I'm just feeling like the locker room in Philadelphia is a disaster. So I'm gonna take the Eagles too, but it's gonna be a slim win just because the Vikings don't have it together.
Okay, we got the Carolina Panthers against the New York Jets, who 1-3, and we're gonna talk about the Jets as well. They don't know about the coaching situation. Carolina played Dallas and Rico. What's his name? Rico, the running back. He told him. He said, "Strap up." He told Dallas Cowboys, "Strap up," and they didn't. He ran through them. I can't hear you, Rich.
I'm talking to my son. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. He ran through them like a hot knife through butter. Dallas needs to fix whatever's broke because you got Dak who's playing really good, great football. He's in the MVP. He's in the MVP conversation. They'll get CeeDee Lamb back this week as well.
This week?
Yeah, he's supposed to come back this week. So I'm gonna go. Are the Jets really that bad? I gotta say yes. When you go out there and look like you don't know what you're doing on the football field, I gotta go with Carolina on this one. Mo, what you rocking with? I mean, Rich, what you rocking with?
I'm going with the Panthers. Yeah, I just don't see the Jets. Aaron Glenn might get fired this week.
Okay. All right. We got Curry on the line. What's up, Curry? How you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. How about y'all?
All right. Next up, we got the resurgent New York Giants against the Denver Broncos in Denver. You know I'm going with my man Bo Nix. I got to go with Bo Nix because Nix is working his tricks up in Denver.
I'm going with Denver at the house.
What you got, Mo? I mean, Rich?
I got Denver at the house.
Okay. Indianapolis Colts against the LA Chargers. This could be a good game.
Yeah.
This could be a good game. This is a toss-up for me, to be honest with you. So if I had to say somebody, I'm going with the Chargers because they're at home.
If Omarion Hampton plays and Quentin Johnston plays this week,
Mm-hmm.
then I would say Chargers. But until I know that, I'm going with the Colts.
Okay. Washington licking the wounds, going to Dallas. This is a rivalry. They know each other well.
This is a disaster.
I'm gonna go with Washington. They're mad now. They lost their game to Chicago like they did. So I'm gonna go Washington. Rich, who you got?
I'm taking the Commanders. The Cowboys are a team in distress. They have to find their identity on defense. Like they got a lot of problems. I'm going with Washington.
Okay. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. I got Green Bay.
Green Bay.
The Atlanta Falcons beat the Buffalo Bills at San Fran. Ooh, this might be a shootout. They made Buffalo made Atlanta look like a playoff team. They did whatever they wanted to do on that football field.
Yeah, they about to do it again.
Their defense looked like the 85 Bears playing the Bills.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Who you got?
That guy look like Joe Ferguson. Monday night.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go with Atlanta because you lost your linebacker for the year. It's hard to make up for a guy like Wagner right now to step in and do what he does. So I gotta go with Atlanta.
I'm going with San Francisco. Because we lost Warner.
Why you stuttering?
We lost Warner. And that was big. But I think we're going to win a shootout. Because we get hopefully Pearsall back. And we get Kittle back this week. And Brock is probably coming back this week. And so I'm taking the Niners today. This week.
Okay. Tampa and Detroit. Detroit look like. Ooh, what did Detroit look like against Kansas City? I don't know. Man, I tell you what. See, this goes to show you. Wait a minute. Curry, go ahead. You had something to say about the game? The Atlanta and San Fran?
Yeah, I was gonna say the reason I would pick San Francisco is because you catching Atlanta on a short week, and they got to fly across the country to get there, so they ain't gonna have much practice time. So I think San Francisco should be a home game and a home win for them.
Yeah,
since you said that,
I agree.
Since you said that, I'm changing. Since you said I'm changing my pick. I'm going with San Francisco.
Because that makes more sense than what I said.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Tampa and Detroit, man. What Detroit team are we gonna see? The team that dismantled Baltimore, that just dismantled. Who did they play first game of the season? Or the one that lost the Green Bay Packers. Which team are we gonna see? You can't blame it on your defense because you got your defensive players there. What can you blame it on? I don't know. They look demoralized against Kansas City. I don't know if they're trying to hide something or what.
It's hard to play against
the Chiefs getting some weapons back.
I gotta go with Tampa.
Ooh, you can put me down for the Lions immediately. Baker is balling. I did tell
the Houston Texans at Seattle. I got Houston.
I am taking Seattle in that.
All right. So we got our picks in. So we got two Dolphin fans.
One more I want to mention something about.
Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead, Curry.
Yeah, the Chargers. The reason I wouldn't pick the Chargers is because Chargers have lost both their tackles on offense, left tackle, right tackle, and one of their backup tackles. They've lost both of their running backs.
Yeah.
And they still almost lost to the worst defense in the league in the Miami Dolphins last week.
Oh, yeah. So
I would not pick the Chargers because I just don't think the Chargers got much to go on. Whoever they're playing this week is not going to be as weak as Miami.
They're playing the Colts. That's enough to change my mind.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we got our picks in. So let's talk about the Miami Dolphins first and foremost. Tua comes out and throws everybody underneath the bus. He starts with the water boy, the towel boy, the owner, the GM, to the players. He said people coming late to mandatory practice. They called for mandatory all players practice meeting, and they come late, don't come at all. Dana, you're a Dolphin fan. How you feel about that? Was that to the place to tell the whole world about it? Or was that supposed to stay in the locker room?
Tua was wrong. I don't understand because what happens in this house. That's what I was taught stays in this house.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the rest of the world or the neighborhood your business. You don't tell them your business. You don't tell them your business. If you felt that way, you should have had an all-player interview after the game. Like, okay, we got to get this together, man. Everybody just need to show up for these meetings or whatever. But I already came to the conclusion that they don't like Tua and they don't like Mike McDaniel. And I agree, it's time to clean house. It's time to get Tua back to the street so we can go and get us a team back together. But we just can't blame Tua because the defense scared to make contact with the other players. They made Rico Dow look like Walter Payton. And they made Ladar Sunday look like Tomlinson. Right. They make anybody look good. They was a team that put the battery in Daniel Jones back. Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is balling.
I don't know if Curry feel like me, but I don't even watch him. My nephew got the NFL ticket. I don't even log on to watch it. I'm not watching it.
Okay. Curry, you got any comment on the Dolphins?
Yeah, I'm a ride and die with the Dolphins. I don't care. Let me tell you something. I became a Miami Dolphins fan in 1971, and I have not changed teams since. So I'm not going to change teams now. I've seen them when they went 17-0. I've seen them when they went 1-15. So I've been on the high side of it, and I've been on the low side of it. So I'm not changing now because if the way they was 17-0 and then they were 1-15, it's kind of what goes around comes around. So it'll circle back. I don't know if I'll be living when it happens, but still, it'll come back around to
those Jerry Jones.
They'll be winning again soon. But as far as Tua goes, Tua just is not educated when it comes to get behind the podium. He says the most ridiculous things that don't, like he said something about the players not showing up. Those are not mandatory practices. Those are player-only practices. They're not mandatory. You're not required to come to a players-only practice. I mean, players-only meeting. That's a meeting that Tua put together. And if you're going out there and you're throwing 3 picks, and then you're going to sit there and tell me I need to come to a meeting to listen to some garbage you talking about, keep showing up. You know, I'm doing my thing. You're the one out there throwing 3 picks. You do need to go have a meeting with the mirror is what you need to do.
Okay.
I have one more comment.
Go ahead, Dana. Go ahead, Dana.
I have one more comment before we go on to the show. Tua looks like the dude that loses arguments with his wife. And then he go sit in the kitchen and talk to himself and wonder what he should have said. What he should have said and what he shouldn't have said. That's what it was, because he came out today and apologized. If you don't have nothing good to say, man, if you don't know what direction that you want to put this team in, just shut up. Like Terry said, you threw them interceptions. Waddle didn't throw the interception to himself. You did.
So let me ask you guys a question, because I didn't watch the game. I was watching the Browns and the Rams. I think they both played at 1, and I had the red zone up, but I never saw the Dolphins in the red zone. So the interceptions that he threw, were they straight interceptions? Were they tip balls? Did he throw it right at the guy? Overthrow? What was the deal with the interceptions? Do you guys know?
So the first interception was not on him. That first one, Water should have caught that ball. It did bounce off Water, and the guy picked it. But that wasn't on him. But he still threw 2 more picks.
Okay.
He threw 2 more, yeah.
Because a lot of times when they say that, there's a story behind it, and the thing about it is if the wide receiver is supposed to catch the ball and he don't catch it and it turns into an interception, I don't think that belongs to the quarterback, because he was not the last one to touch the ball. I think they need to come up with a stat where that falls on the wide receiver or the running back or the tight end who doesn't catch the ball. Because when it comes time to negotiate your contract, they're going to say, well, you threw 10 picks. And out of the 10, maybe 5 of them were tip balls that should have been caught by your wide receiver, tight end, or running back. You know what I'm saying? So there is a scenario behind him throwing the interception. I just wanted to know that.
If you're gonna discredit the balls that got, you don't want to take the blame for the interceptions, then you can't take credit for the touchdowns that got tipped either.
I agree with that. I agree. I totally agree with that. So Rich, you got any comment about Tua before I make my soapbox entrance?
Tua's on his way out of Miami. You know, he just go went ahead and bought his ticket. You know, I I didn't believe in Tua at any point in his career. So I mean, him coming out and blaming everybody doesn't shock me. You know, I thought it was lame, but you know, it's Tua.
Okay. So the year before last, I think not last season, but the year before that, where Miami was on that run, and I kept saying, if Miami could get home field advantage, they will be good. They would be good. Remember, Dana? I was like, yo, I think they can do it. And that's when they turned around and gave Tua all that money. And now that they gave them the money, they can't. Are they going forward to next year? If things don't turn around this year, going forward next year, do you think they eat that money, or do you think they keep Tua around? I think McDaniels is probably he's on his way out. If you listen to his commentate, not his commentate, but his interview, you can tell that he's a little frustrated with everything, and he's probably a little drained right now. I think their window of opportunity to maybe win a Super Bowl has gone to the wayside now. And again, like Miami, you
that's a keyhole now.
With Miami though, you would think they would attract some top free agents that want to come down there and play, but they're not. So that tells you something right there, that they don't believe in the system. And listen to some analysts this morning, they said it's really bad, and it's bad in Miami right now. With the situation with Tua, situation with Daniels, they pretty much know. And I don't know, is your owner, does he meddle a lot, or he just sits back and lets everything flow, and then he makes a decision?
Sit back and watch.
Okay.
He's too laid back. He's too laid back.
Okay.
I wish he was a little bit more hands-on.
Okay.
He should get some Jerry Jones in him.
Okay. Next up, Kansas City Chiefs. I've never.
Like one more thing. I know you want to move on.
Go ahead.
But free agents will come to Miami. I mean, it's been proven that free agents will come there. They weren't going to get no free agents this year because they didn't want to spend no money, because they spent all that money last year, and they wasn't trying to spend a bunch of money this year. That's why they got rid of Ramsey and unloaded that contract. And so that way they can eat Tua's contract next year if they want to. It's going to cost them, but if you got a chance to get a better quarterback, you got to go get him.
Right. And I think that
wait for Arch Manning.
Yeah, okay. Keep on waiting. So I think that's a good possibility, as Curry said, that they'll eat Tua's money up, like Denver did with Russell Wilson. They eating that money, but look what they did by getting rid of him. They got a good quarterback in Bo Nix. And Bo Nix, I trust. I trust Bo Nix. I trust Bo Nix. I do. Next up, Kansas City Chiefs. They beat Detroit like they stole something the other night. But tell me, and this is funny because the one call we had last week, Tom, he rode Kansas City like a bad horse with no saddle. They come back and play the perfect game. They had no penalties whatsoever. Tell me when the last time a football team had no penalties. That makes you question the NFL. Ain't nobody hold, nobody blocked in the back. No, they didn't jump off sides, no legal formation, none of that. None of that. They did not call one flag on Philadelphia. On Kansas City. Makes me think that what Tom was saying, it was a little true. Because you think about it right now, the Colts and Buccaneers have the best record in the AFC and NFC. Do we believe that both those teams could make it to the Super Bowl? I don't know. I have more faith in the Bucs. I have more faith in the Bucs than I do the Colts. And that's my whole point is now they got everybody back, but you play the perfect game. I think if we go back and watch the game, we could probably see where somebody was held or they did something. Somebody blocking them back. I'm like, that not a perfect game. They played a perfect game against Detroit, right? And then the play.
Sometimes the teams do commit penalties, but the other team decline the penalty, so that's just like not having one.
Well, they said they didn't get no flags thrown on them at all. So that's the part that kind of gets me. But then think about that play where the quarterback goes in motion and he blocks the guy. Did anybody get the? I saw it, but I didn't hear it because I was watching. I think I was watching a baseball game at the same time. I don't know what the definition was of it, but they said it was a legal block downfield. But I don't understand. You can block within 5 yards, and if you're at the goal line, that's 2 to 3 yards. So I don't understand the call on the field. I think that kind of turned that.
He called blocking.
I thought it was an illegal formation.
They called him an illegal shift because he never stopped.
Oh, right, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, legal shift.
A legal shift because golf never stopped. Okay, that makes sense then. But I think that play turned the whole game around. Right. So next up, we got the Carolina Panthers at the New York Jets. We knew the Jets was terrible long time ago. Okay, this ain't a secret to us. We knew they were terrible. But why is my man getting so much slack from the media for not winning? They won in whatever? Did they win a game? Have they won? I think
no, 0-5.
The 0-6, right? Okay.
0-6. Yeah.
So my question now, the last game, it was like mass confusion out there. And I don't know what's going on.
If you like defense, that was the game.
But I hope they don't fire this man. Give that man a chance to right the wrongs for the Jets. They did it with Campbell, with Detroit. You know what I'm saying? He came in there and didn't do well the first season. Then you saw progress in second season. Then third season, they busted out. I hope they give him time to get the players that he needs, to develop he needs. The only problem I'm having with him is he has too much faith in his quarterback. Sit him down, put somebody else in that game, and let them play. Let him sit down, see what's going on, visualize what's going on, and then if you want to put him back in later on in the season, you can do that. Because if you think about this, Bryce Young, look how long he came back, sat some more, and how he has matured into the quarterback he's matured in. So I think sometimes when you have to sit down and watch from afar, it gives you a different perspective on the game itself. But I hope they don't fire this man. I really don't. New York is really hard on the sports teams, and I get it. It's been a while since they won a title. I mean, the WNBA team won a title, so they should be happy about that. But again, give that man time. Indianapolis Colts, they're the best team in the AFC, guys. If I say to you, they will have the number 1 seed going forward in the playoffs, what would you say?
I don't believe it.
So I'm looking at the schedule right now. They're at the Chargers, and we already said they're gonna beat the Chargers because Chargers lost. They lost 3 tackles and the running backs are gone. They play the Titans. That should be a win. Now they play outside. They play the Pittsburgh Steelers. That could be a loss. They play the Falcons. That should be a win. They go to Kansas City. That could be a loss. That's 3 losses right there. They get the Texans, should be a win. Jacksonville should be a win. Seattle should be a win. They play the 49ers at home. That's 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks from the end of the season. If 49ers are healthy, that should be a loss to them. They got Jacksonville, Texans. I'm not saying they're gonna get the number 1 seed, but they should be the driver's seat to win that division. Daniel Jones went there and he looked like reincarnation of Daniel Jones.
That's the Dolphins' fault.
and it takes me to another place when it comes to quarterbacks being refurbished, as I might say. So we'll see how that works out with them. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you got Baker Mayfield. He's playing great football. Where was his great football at when he's in Cleveland? I have no idea. But I got to give the man credit where the credit is due. He's doing really well in Tampa. Names in the MVP race, right? They have the best record in the NFC. They beat the Panthers off the 49ers last week, which was a tight game at halftime, but Baker comes through again. Another refurbished quarterback, right? That's my take on that right there. So you look at Sam Darnold, you look at Baker Mayfield, you look at Daniel Jones. Who else is out there?
Aaron Rodgers.
You can add Aaron Rodgers to that too. You can look at Matt Jones in 49ers. These quarterbacks have been to maybe 1, 2, or 3 places. But if you think about it, they've all had touch. They all been in touch with a team that had coaches that taught the quarterbacks how to play the game a different way. I think when Baker got to the Rams, and so you have McVay in LA. Baker spent a hot cup of coffee out there, but he left there and went to Tampa, and now look how well he's playing. So what did Sean McVay show him that he didn't know before he got there? Matt Jones, who I criticized for being an underage drunk driver, get a DUI, wrecks a car, gets false ID, right? And the only thing he got was to sit out half a football game for Alabama Crimson Tides. But he's in San Francisco balling with what they have left, a skeleton crew. Daniel Jones was with the New York Giants, won a playoff game against Minnesota Vikings. They let Barkley walk. He leaves, and he's at Indianapolis, and he's playing like he belongs there. Sam Darnold, who was with the 49ers, which I kept telling y'all, I said, this guy got talent. Y'all kept telling me he didn't. He goes to Minnesota. They go with 14-3 or whatever. Then they lose in the playoffs against the Rams, right? He leaves. He walks away from Minnesota, goes to Seattle, and he's still balling. So what's going on with the retread quarterbacks? And you look at like guys like Bo Nix, who spent 6 years in college, right? Goes to the pros and he's playing really good football. And you talk about the college quarterbacks right now. You got a couple quarterbacks in college right now who've played 11 games and going to the pros. It's not going to work. Look at Richardson in Indianapolis. Dude runs 5 yards. He's tired out and wants to call a timeout or wants to come out the game. Come on. That's not what it's all about. So apparently something's going on right now with these quarterbacks in the NFL that they're saying, just because I didn't make it work here, I can make it work there.
Well, look at where they started at. Baker Mayfield started in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield was not a bad quarterback in Cleveland. Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry ruined that guy in Cleveland. They didn't want to work with him, and so he ended up going to Carolina, which was a bad team, and then so on and so on. Sam Darnold started up there with the Jets. A horrible team. You can't expect these guys to come in and just because they're a number 1 draft pick or first round draft pick and turn your whole organization around by themselves. And you got to put some people around them. Look at Bryce Young, number 1 pick overall. He struggled first 2 years, man. So, you know, and it's going to continue to struggle until they start putting some people around him. They got him a good running back. Now look what's happening. They're 3-0 at home.
I think as fans we're too impatient sometimes when it comes to players developing and even coaches developing. Like for example, I don't understand Tennessee firing their coach. If they was gonna fire him, they should have fired him last year. So now Ward's getting ready to go through another offensive coordinator, and like they said, it's not the plays, it's the terminology of the plays that he has to learn from another offensive coordinator. Let's just say this offensive coordinator doesn't stay there next year, so he got to learn from another offensive coordinator. So that's 3 offensive coordinators in 2 years that he has to learn from, which makes it difficult for him to be able to regurgitate what they're telling him. And repetition of doing the same thing over and over again makes you a better person. As simple as that. Example: Steph Curry. You know, he said he shoots 2,000 shots 4 feet away from the 3-point line at practice every day. So it's repetition. You know what I'm saying? And I feel sorry for Ward because they're probably going to go in a direction of getting a defensive coordinator more so than an offensive coordinator. But you got to develop this guy into be a good quarterback. And I think that's the key to making him good. But as fans, we're so impatient.
Well, you know what?
Go ahead, Kirk.
I think Tennessee probably already got their eye on the coach that they want. That's why they probably went on and fired him now, so that they can say, "Hey, listen, we got this opening. If you wait till the end of the year, then everybody got openings. So, but if you do it now, then he can kind of get in the ears of Joe Brady up there in Buffalo and say, "Hey, man, we want you to be our coach." And so once they put it in his head, they want to be a coach. And his people get back with him and say, yeah, I'd like to have that job. Because you know he wants to be a head coach. And I think he'd do well with Cam Ward.
They can't have Joe Brady, and they can't have Rob Saleh. And I'm gonna tell you why in a few minutes.
I don't think they want Robert Saleh.
I'm gonna tell you in a few minutes. I'm gonna tell you in a few minutes. So, but again, that's a great point, Curry. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So they just have to. Tennessee has to be patient about what they're going to do going forward and make a good decision. Like you look at Chicago and bringing in Ben Johnson and how he's turned Caleb Williams around in less than a year. He's doing his footwork's better, his focus is better, because he knows what play they're going to run on third down if it's 3rd and 3. He knows the play. The coach ain't got to tell him. He knows it because he knows what his coach is going to call. But when you change offensive coordinators and you don't know what's coming next. So that's a difficult decision of understanding. Okay, it's 3rd and 3. This is what I would call. But then the coach calls something different. You're like, oh, how would you call this play when this play has been working before? You know. So again, I want to see Ward does well. I want to see Ward do well in Tennessee. I hope they take the due diligence and get the coach that they need to get there in Tennessee to make Tennessee respectable again. But this weekend they're gonna get a shellacking because Vrabel's gonna go at them. He's not a person that he's an elephant. You know, he has a long memory, so he's gonna give them something to think about.
Oh, the guy off in the room.
So check this out, guys. So I'm looking at the stats for 2025 right now. So every team, the top 5, all have winning records in offensive leaders. I'm surprised that Matt Stafford is first. You got Dak, who they have a losing record. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I'm gonna jump off here about 5 minutes, and then I'll be back.
Okay. You got Sam Darnold, that's third. Baker Mayfield, that's fourth, and you got Drake May, that's fifth. Drake May is playing really good football. Didn't he get drafted by Belichick? Wasn't he there 1 year with Belichick? Is this third year?
Yes.
He was there
Okay.
for 1 year.
So Belichick, does Belichick get credit for drafting him? I think he do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Running back, rushing. You got Jonathan Taylor, who's doing an excellent job. James Cook, B. John Robinson, Javonte Williams, and Rico Dow, Carolina. Excellent, doing well. Receiving, you got Jackson Smith from Seattle, Puka from the Rams, George Pickens from the Cowboys, and you would say how you Emeka Egbuka from Tampa Bay, he's fourth, and Jamar Chase is fifth. And it's weird how Jamar Chase is fifth, and you had two backup quarterbacks throw to him. That just shows you how great he is. Defensive leaders and tackles, you got Jordan Brooks from Miami. Bobby Wagner's probably going to fall out. Bobby Wagner for Washington. Jamie Sherrod for the Jets. Cedric Gray for Tennessee. Nate Landman for the Rams. 58 or more tackles. Sacks, you got Nick Boini from Denver. Brian Young from the Rams. Brian Burns from New York. Aiden Hutchinson for Detroit. And Duron Armstrong from Washington. Interceptions, you have Devin Lloyd for Jacksonville, Kevin Bird is third from Chicago, Jalen Petrie from Houston, Kirby Joseph from Detroit, and Tony Jefferson from Los Angeles Chargers. Lord have mercy. So you got some names up there that we're not familiar with, but that's who's leading the league and everything that we're doing. So the question though is, let me ask you guys, the game of the week. There's a couple games of the week I see. I see this Philadelphia and Minnesota is a game. That's a game of the week. I think Philadelphia has to win. Atlanta and San Francisco, the other one. I would say the coach and Chargers, but the Chargers don't have offensive. Their offensive line is really banged up.
Buccaneers, Lions.
Tampa Bay and Detroit, I think that's gonna be a good one. Man, let me ask you a question. How do you guys feel about having two games on Monday night? Do that tickle your fancy?
I like it. That's terrible.
Okay, Rich, why do you like it?
I like it because it gives me a variety of games on Monday.
Get rid of 2 Monday night games and take off.
Wait a minute, Dana. Wait a minute.
Take football off Netflix and Amazon.
Wait a minute, Dana. Go ahead, Rich.
I like having the variety. I don't have to watch the Texans and the Seahawks. I can flick back and forth, or since I got the ticket, I can have the 2 screens and the multi-view and just watch the games.
Okay.
Like I like having a variety.
Dana, why you don't like it?
I mean, just concentrate on one game. You just got to do better making your selection for a Monday night game. I know we don't know what we have until we see it, but I mean, now the first game's good, but that second game, Seahawks and Texans, that's for the fans. But the Bucs and Lions, that's for everybody.
And I think the Houston-Seattle game is going to be pretty decent. Now the thing about it is who's going to stay up and watch it? It's going to be at 10 o'clock. So I'm definitely going to have it on TV, but it's going to be on mute. I'm going to be in the bed asleep by 10. I'm going to be honest with you. Especially if the Tampa and Detroit game is really good. I'm not going to be able to stay up that late and watch that game. That's the only thing I don't like about it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
I'm not.
The only thing was the time.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the Thursday night games either. Even though the Thursday night games have been really good, they've all been upsets. But again, that gives you a short week to play. I would go as far as say is I'll move it Thursday night to a Friday night game. If you're gonna do that, just go ahead and do a Friday night game and be done with it. At least it gives you an extra day of practice.
To the high school guys.
It gives you you mess with high school, but do the NFL really care?
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't really care.
I don't think they care about college. I think they care about high school.
Yeah, college. I think they do care about college, but
I don't think they care about college.
I don't think they really care. You know what I'm saying? I just think that short week is the play on Thursday night. That's too short of a week to recover, especially if you had to fly across the country or some craziness like that. I think if you were Dallas and Washington and the Giants or the Eagles, and that if you're that close together and you do a Thursday night game, I'm okay with that because the travel is not that bad. You're not leaving the time zone or anything like that. And that does it make for a better game? It should make for a better game. But again, you're not giving the guys a lot of time to recover from injury. So that's why I really don't like that part of it. But then again, this is 2025. I'm gonna say by 2028 there'll probably be 20 games that are being played, and I think you'll see multiple games. You'll see two games on Monday night will be a guarantee. 2 games on Thursday night gonna be a guarantee. I wouldn't be surprised even if they threw a Saturday night game in there just to mess with college football. Just because they can.
They do Saturday in December.
They do go to Saturday games.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, Dana, college football, the U is playing great football. I think they should be number one. I think they're playing the best football.
World champs.
I think they're playing better football than Ohio State, but the strength of schedule is in Ohio State's favor. I have to say that. I really have to say that because I'm looking at the schedule right now. Ohio State, the teams they need to worry about, they got to go to Michigan, and I think they got to go to UCLA. And they're flying across the country. That's a different type of animal, as we saw what happened to Penn State. The U, you got to go to SMU, and you have to go to Pitt. And Pitt's playing really good football right now. I don't know why Pitt's not ranked. I think Pitt has 3 losses. Pitt's in the ACC?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So let me see here.
Well, Miami got to get by Louisville.
You know what? I saw that Louisville game, but I don't know about Louisville. They sometime. I mean, I think that Miami can get past Louisville, but that's the game I had questioned too. I was like, I think they get past them. So in the ACC, you got.
I think they get past them too, but anything can happen.
That's true too. You got Georgia Tech, Virginia, Duke, SMU, and Miami, all undefeated in that division. You got Georgia Tech, who's 12th, and you got Virginia Cavaliers, who are 18th. I really don't see Miami having any issues with any of those teams. But again, I think that because Ohio State's schedule is why I think you keep Ohio State at number 1. Excuse me, guys.
You know who got Miami out of the playoffs last year?
Syracuse. When they lost Syracuse.
And Georgia Tech.
But I think though, they don't have any losses right now, so 2 gets them in. If you look at which is strange, right? If the playoffs were to start right now, the 12th team would be Georgia Tech. Team outside of that would be Notre Dame, Oklahoma, BYU, Missouri, Vanderbilt, Virginia, and Florida, South Florida. They're 15 through 28. 15. Yeah, I'm sorry, and USC. They all would be out of it. I'm currently a Notre Dame fan. Um, and I'll tell you guys why I'm probably going to remain a Notre Dame fan. I like their coach because he's black. Number one, I think he's a good dude. They brought him on board as the team favorite coach. The players picked him and they're playing for him. I love that part. That's the part I love about it because that might not have been the player, that might not have been the coach the school wanted or the Chandler wanted or the AD wanted, but that's who the players went to them and said, look, make him the head coach. And they're not failing him at all. They lost 2 games. They lost 2 games during the season, but they were good games. They were competitive games. I give them credit for that. But the rest of the schedule is going to be pretty cupcakeish. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be shaky.
Yeah.
So and that's one of the reasons why I probably will be a Notre Dame fan. So talking about Penn State, guys, James Franklin lost his job. I think he lost his job when he lost to Oregon. I think his job was done at that point. Only thing could have saved his job was getting to the national championship and winning. And being a Penn State fan, I'm going to say this. Remember when I said to you guys, I was like, why did all the wide receivers leave Penn State and go somewhere else? And they went out to the portal and got these wide receivers. Because Penn State's they're not a throwing football program. They have to get with the program. They have to get them a run throw option quarterback to make this thing work for them going forward. These are names that have been brought up as the next head coach for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Kurt Szigeti from Indiana. He's a hot commodity right now. Matt Diaz was there as a defensive coordinator when he had the guy that played for the Giants right now. That's a defensive end. Defense is pretty good there. Joe Brady's name has been brought up, and Robert Sala's name has been brought up. I'm gonna say this: the only way I stay a Penn State fan is they go out and get them a coach from the pros. They know how to get guys in the pros. If they go back and get another college football coach, I'll just sit by the wayside and watch them do what they do. But I would no longer be a Penn State fan. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. I just can't do it. They need to change the culture. And as a Penn State fan, and Rich, I know you like Penn State, but
no.
Oh, I thought you. Oh no, you like Florida State.
I'm a Florida State fan.
But watching Penn State play this season, and the first half of the games, I felt like Joe Paterno was coaching the team. 5 yards in a cloud of dust. 5 yards in a cloud of dust. Name me the last quarterback that came from Penn State that was an All-Pro or made to the Pro Bowl. I can only think of one.
Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins, that's it. And that year they won the Rose Bowl. They had Kajana Carter. They had a gambit of players on that team that went to the pros, right? After that, they went Bobby. It was a roller coaster ride.
What was his name? Bobby, the wide receiver. It was Kajana Carter and
Bobby Ingram.
Bobby Ingram. Yeah, they was loaded.
They was loaded that year, right? Since then, they haven't had the same product on the field in God knows how long.
They don't have no route runners.
And that's the problem. This is why I kept. Nobody can answer my question why the wide receivers left. All the wide receivers left and went to the portal last year, and they had to go to the portal to get another wide. They had to go get other wide receivers, right? Because it's a running football team.
Yeah.
They throw the run sets up the pass if they throw the pass. Drew Allen, I'm sorry he got injured, and I hope that his football career is not over with. But he reminds me too much. he's a pocket passing quarterback. But you know what though? If you look at the games that they lost and how they lost, he kept them in the game with his ability to run the football, right? Because they opened up the field for him to be allowed to run. Now he never took any hard hits until this last game. But just think if you get a quarterback there that could be a play option run quarterback on that team, and that makes him just that much dangerous because now you got two wide receivers, you got two running backs that can make things run a lot smoother than what they do now. But again, I don't think that I want to see a pro coach go there because one thing he has in his favor is he at the pros, he know what it takes to get you to the pros. And most coaches that coach in the pros and go to college, they do well. They do pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, the only problem I see with this is that they might not want to be involved in this NIL situation. They just want to coach football, right? They want to coach football, and which leads me to Belichick in North Carolina. Why do they think that this man could turn this program around in 1 year? I'm trying to figure this out. Why are they talking about a buyout for this man in year one? But getting back to Penn State though, real quick, is that firing Franklin, every recruit that they had decommitted. Every recruit that Penn State had decommitted. Now, if I'm Penn State, I gotta fix this. I go to the guys I'm recruiting like, look, between me and you, this is gonna be the next head coach. But you can't tell nobody, but this is who's gonna be our next head coach. So can you stay committed till we find a head coach, you come talk to the head coach, and if you don't feel like he's gonna be the guy for you and you want to leave, go ahead and leave. Right? I don't see no problem with that.
That's not how that works.
I know that's not how it works. But when you lose every recruit, that you lost up to 25 1-star through 5-star commits, like the two kids that play for Harrisburg, the one's a running back and a linebacker. The other one's he's a tackle. He plays defensive end sometimes. Both of them decommitted, right? So now it's up in the air where they going. It's not too late. You know what I'm saying? They can recommit to somebody else. But I'm going to them like, look, we want you to come to Penn State. We know we had to do. But then there was rumors that Adidas had something to do with him getting out of there as well. I can't find an article. But Rich, if you can look it up and see if you can find it somewhere on there, something with Adidas was putting some pressure on Penn State, and I don't know why. I don't know if Adidas is their brand for sports or not. But there was something about Adidas that I read earlier today. I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing, and it was on my phone. And I went to go back and look for it. I couldn't find it no more. I didn't get a chance to look it up earlier today. But there was an issue there was something about Adidas forcing the issue with Franklin. It said it was more to just losing football games, and they said Adidas was pushing some buttons as well.
Yeah, it turned out to be Penn State came out and said that Adidas had no role in Franklin firing.
Okay, so they changed that.
Yeah, they debunked.
Okay. So that's the situation with that.
The boosters is the one that put that money up.
Oh, you know they did. Because they didn't want Franklin in the first place, to be perfectly honest with you. The problem with Penn State is they want alumni to come back there and coach. Every alumni can coach. And this is my thing. If you really want to keep those recruits to stay there, you know who you go and get? If they go and get Larry Johnson, I will be a Penn State fan again. He was a very good recruiter for them. He never got an opportunity. I don't even think he got an interview to take that job over. But because he was under Joe Paterno is why he didn't get the opportunity to coach. But he goes to Ohio State and does well there. He's a great recruiter. Great recruiter. Now, if they go out and get Larry Johnson, okay, I'll stick around for a little while longer because I seen what he done. I seen what he done. You know what I'm saying?
I think they should go get Eric Bieniemy.
Who?
Eric Bieniemy.
Rich, please tell me why. I need to hear this.
Because Eric Bieniemy's going to put an offense on the field. He's going to get a quarterback. He's going to get some route runners. He's going to get some running backs. Like, he's going to put an offense on the field. He's going to make football entertaining in Penn State.
Okay. I can go with that.
He sat behind Andy Reid for all those years.
Yes.
Let's go to Penn State and show them what you can do, what you can put on the field. And that's your job interview right there.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I don't think the price tag would be that heavy.
No. I'll go get him. I'll be reaching out right now.
That's not a bad idea, man. That's not a bad idea. I like that. That would make me stay. That definitely would make me stay. Him or Larry Johnson, them two, them the only two that probably could make me stay there. You know. But talking about Belichick though, North Carolina has never been a football school. It's always been basketball, right? So why do they think bringing him there was going to change this thing around in 1 year is beyond me. Now, Curry, you're a Carolina fan, correct?
Yes.
Are you disappointed in what he's doing, or do you think he should get more time?
Kind of mixed emotions about it because, one, I'm not so sure he's 100% committed, and I think that's where the issue lies. Most people don't know if he's 100% committed because you take this past week, they were on a bye week. He goes on a vacation. He's going to be out there recruiting. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't know. Now, the other side of the emotion is that he's got 70 brand new players that, you know, he's kind of trying to work out and see who can work and who can't work. And he's got some good commitments for next year coming in. So, again, I got mixed emotions about it. I'm not totally disappointed in it, but I am not totally satisfied with it either.
Going on vacation is not. So, okay, so let's go back and let's talk about when we found out that he's going to North Carolina. And he probably put a lot of stipulations on that organization, on that college, the AD, about if I come here, I gotta do this my way, that way, this, that, and third, right? And have a bye week and go on vacation ain't a good look. But maybe he told him, I need to go on vacation. And it's like, okay, fine, you can go on vacation. So now, knowing that little tidbit right there, I, as a North Carolina fan, I'm a little bit upset. You should be out trying to recruit students to come play football for you, because all the knowledge that you know, all the people that you know in the NFL, and that within itself gonna get you recruits to come here and say, yo, I can get you in the pros, but you just gotta do this, and this. Just do your job, and we can get you in the pros. We can get you drafted. We can get you paid. But going on vacation?
The Bill Belichick everybody knew before he got there was the one that coached at New England, and he was there 16 hours a day, every week, and it demanded that his coaches be there all them hours as well. So, but it wasn't like he was taking time off. So, but now it seems like he's gotten there. He's got in relaxed mode.
Yeah, that right there would make me upset as a fan, that you go on vacation. I'm sorry. That's not cool. That's not cool. So I don't know how that's gonna fare with the fans in North Carolina. But that makes a lot of sense why they're riled up and ready to do whatever they got to do.
If nothing else, you should be that game standing against Cal.
Yeah.
See, I
just don't think
that Bill Belichick has earned a firing. Like Mike Norvell has been at Florida State for what, 4 or 5 years now, something like that. 4.
Mm-hmm.
And he deserves to be fired. You know what I mean? Like he went 13-0. And then he's done nothing but fail since then. You know what I mean? So he's earned the right to be fired. I don't think Bill Belichick has earned the right because he hasn't actually been able to build his program. You know,
right.
I think it takes a few years to get the players and, you know, I think he's going to be all right. I think they're going to turn it around, at least defensively. I think he's going to get Julius Peppers 2.0, and they're going to turn that thing around in North Carolina, but it just takes time.
And I agree with that on that. But the thing about, you can't go on a vacation on a bye week, man.
I don't agree with that. I think that's terrible.
Yeah, and because of who he is and what he's done in the pros, that allows him to do that.
I think that he's 70-something years old. It allows him to do it.
Yeah, to be that. Oh yeah.
Then
they
think
you're 70-something,
and then they're saying that his family down there still as they say in Jamaica, thieving money from North Carolina because they're not carrying their load. So again, we will see how this thing turns out at the end of the season for North Carolina. And again, you got to win 6 games to be bowl eligible, and they just added like 2 more bowls. They just added 2 bowls already. I saw the they got it's called the LA Bowl, which we played in SoFi, and then they got another bowl that may be played in the Rose Bowl, but it's gonna be called something else. So they just added 2 more bowls to this fantastic.
And most of them second rate teams.
Yeah.
Bowl games,
so this is gonna be it's gonna be a sight to see, guys, when it comes to bowl time. Into the second, Seattle's up 2-0. They keep rolling, guys. They keep rolling. Orioles is interested in Pujols for manager, so they're going to the Angels. Was it Angels? Yeah, going to Angels might not be in the making. Bregman set to opt out of the Red Sox deal. What else is going on? Mets officially named new hitting and batting coaches. It's could be decided if there's a 27. Let's see what else we got here. Where we at? We got about 15 minutes left. So that's what's going on in baseball right now. Little basketball preseason going around. So LeBron, may not stay in LA. But the problem is that he has no trade clause, right? And so this is why I think that LeBron will end the season. He will play again this year in LA and opt out and become a free agent next year. I think his destination will be the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think the Boston Celtics will be in play. I don't know about the New York Knicks, depending on how this thing goes. Because him and Larry Brown, he was his coach before, but didn't he get him fired? So do you want him coming back? But I'm trying to figure out his angle here. Is he upset because ever since they got sold, they told him like, yo, this is not your team no more. This is Luka's team. Luka's come back and lost weight. But just because you lost weight, don't mean you're gonna play defense. That's still a question mark for the defense side of basketball. I think LA might be the 5th best team out west. They go from the 5th to a play-in team because the West is tough. But again, LeBron has no trade clause, which is a key, right? So they can't go to Golden State right now because you're gonna give up too much. He can't go to the Knicks because they're gonna give up too much. He can't go to the Cavaliers because they're gonna give up too much. This is why I think he stays in LA to the end of the season, because wherever he goes, the team's not going to be better because of the numbers have to match and the players have to match that LA wants back. But as a free agent next year, he can go where he wants to go and get paid the way he wants to get paid. Now he could be nice, Dana, and say, well, I tell you what, since you guys been so good to me, I'm going to do I would do a sign and trade and take less money so that you get some players to help the team do better. Do I think LeBron James would do that? No, I don't think he will. But I don't think he will I don't think he was in his career in Los Angeles. I think Cleveland, New York, and Boston are the destinations of where he might end up going. Because if he goes to Cleveland, I mean, if he goes to Cleveland, he's gonna have to work hard there because there's players they're not gonna be able to keep, and there's gonna be question marks. Boston, if you bring him in there with Jalen, Jason, Derek White, Pritchard, he don't have to do a lot.
If you're doing a sign and trade, some of them are out of there.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. That would be that's the thing. If I'm just saying, if he would be nice to LA and say, "Yo, we can do a sign and trade," but I don't think he's going to do that because he put himself in a situation where now he has a no trade clause, right? And wherever he goes, if he were to say, "Okay, trade me here," you got to give up half the team for him to go there. And now you don't do that in the middle. You don't do that beginning of the season. You don't do that in the middle of the season because teams are already figuring out where they're going to be as far as the playoffs are concerned. So that's why I don't think it will happen during the season. Yeah. I think that he will leave LA next year as a free agent. And money's not going to be a factor for him. He could go to Golden State. He could go to Minnesota. There's a lot of places he could probably end up going. If his heart understands, if he wants to win another title, but then if he does win another title, is he gonna be? Will you put him in a conversation with Kobe or Jordan? No, you still ain't putting him there because they all stayed, made the teams better, and didn't leave. You know what I'm saying? What team let Shaq walk away and turn around and win a title? What team tell Kevin Durant get to step in and go out and win a title, right? Because it's a team effort, not an I effort, it's a team effort. But I'm gonna say this though, guys. The team in the East that is gonna make some noise. Believe it or not, I think it's gonna be the Bulls. I think the Bulls are gonna make some noise this year. If everybody can stay healthy, I think that team is a team to be reckoned with. We already know that Atlanta's gonna do well if Porzingis stays healthy. Detroit stay healthy, they're gonna be good. Philadelphia, they're a mess. But that's why I got the Chicago Bulls in the East. In the West, I got the Golden State Warriors. I think bringing in Al Horford was a big plus for those guys. You don't have to do a lot. You can just do a little to make that team really respectable because he can shoot the three, spread the floor. Them guys are gonna be really fun to watch. I'm telling you that right now. So those are teams that I think you need to watch out for. Now, Rich is a Bulls fan. Rich, what's your thoughts on my comment about them being sneaky good?
Who, Chicago?
Yes.
They're not ready yet. Like, I think that they could be a play-in, but they're not going to actually play in the playoffs. They're going to just be in the play-in, and then that'll be that.
But I'm going to tell you why I think they can do it. Because I think they have a very mature team. Okay. You look at Detroit, they're young. You look at Detroit. You look at who else is it? Was Cleveland is the team I'm putting over everybody because they can play defense. And then I got the New York Knicks. But the problem with the Knicks is they don't play defense. You got two players on the team that can score lights out, but then the defensive efficiency is terrible, right? Mm-hmm. Orlando is a team that's young, but I think Chicago is more mature than they are. So I think in a 7-game series, I think Chicago gives it to them because they have that experience along the line. Now, I think the only thing Orlando's missing is a pure shooter. Now, if Wagner can come back and be healthy, I think they're good. I think they're set, right? And then I think they're have to look at their bench. That might be a problem. And then the point guard, if he can stay healthy, I think that really helps him out. Detroit definitely has to stay healthy in order for them to be good. They need a shooter as well. But there's something about Chicago. Watching them last year play, this says to me that I think they're ready.
Yeah, I just feel like when you got Josh Giddey, Kevin Werder, Ayo Dosunmu, and who's the fourth? Kobe White. We got too many guys that require the ball at the guard position. We can't play them all at the same time. So Ayo should start. Giddey should start. Kobe should start. Werder. He doesn't have to start, but he could. But coming off the bench, he's a solid player. Buzelis is the future. But we got to get something, get something else with him. We don't have Vooch is old. We got a lot of problems.
I'm gonna say this: if I'm Chicago, Vooch is the person I'm looking to move.
Yeah,
I'm looking to move him.
But where?
And then we're gonna run what we got. Because you got Zach Collins there, and you got Jalen Smith the third at center. But Vooch will be the one because if the timetable don't match with the age, you know what I'm saying? So he will probably be the one I will move.
Well, I mean, but Kobe White's the bigger piece. And so if I'm going to move Kobe, there's only one player I'm moving him for. And that's the kid out in Golden State.
Who, Kuminga?
Yeah, Jonathan Kuminga. I was saying Kobe right on out there. He's a free agent after this year, so you're getting an expiring contract.
Yeah.
And let us get Kuminga. And let's go. I mean, if Vooch got to go somewhere, because they can't take both, but let's get a 3-way, 4-way, and let's get something motivated so we can get these players moved.
Okay. I don't disagree with you on that one right there. And looking at, like I said, I think Golden State gonna be a team they're gonna be reckoned with next year as well. I just want to look at Golden State's where they at here? Golden State. Look at their depth chart and what they got. So they got Steph Curry, Moses Moody, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and they got Al Horford starting at center. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't like Al Horford at center. He's better at the 4 than the 5. So if you got, so my thing is, I'm taking Kuminga, and you're gonna play. If I'm gonna play, you're gonna play my center position because he's 6'9", right?
Who?
Kuminga, what is he? What's Kuminga? 6'9",
6'9", 6'10"?
He's six.
Is he
He's
6?
6'7".
Oh yeah, yeah. He's not a power forward.
He's not a power forward.
He's not.
No.
Right, but the thing about it is, you're bringing Al Horford there to start, and I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if I'm them, I'm looking to bring in somebody else.
At center?
As my starting center, yeah. Al's not. He's more of a 4 than he is a 5, right?
Yeah, but
go ahead.
I mean, he can play the 5. He played the 5 in Atlanta.
He was young.
You know, I get it, but if I got Steph and Kuminga, they're gonna do all the running around. I'm just there to hit the offensive glass and play some defense. I ain't Danex and hit the 3 every now and again. You know,
I don't just like him. I don't like him starting though. That's the only thing about it is watching him with Boston. I think he gets, you know, they give him some time off and things of that nature because of his age. I mean, he's going to help them, but now that I see that they're going to start him, I don't. And the reason why that was so important, because who else was they going to put at center? Because they because left, the other guy left.
Looney
left, right? And so they have at center, they got Al Horford. Backup is Draymond Green, Tracy Jackson Davis, and Quentin Post. Those are the guys they have that will play center. So if you go, so at some point in time, you probably gonna have Draymond playing the center, and you have you have Kuminga coming in at the forward, which is not bad. I mean, Kuminga can ball out, but now that I see that, I don't know, man. I don't like that. I don't like that. That starting 5 for Golden State. I really don't.
They don't either.
They don't. That's not. I understand how important it was for them to get Al Horford. So now that I'm looking at this, I gotta go. I think Dallas gonna be the team though. Everybody got to stay healthy on that team though. You gotta have. They got health is a major factor for Dallas. So you got D'Angelo Russell. That's the only question mark I have. Klay Thompson. You got Klay Thompson, Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively. Now, my only question is this right here: is that when will Kyrie be back? That's the key right there, right? The bench, you got Dante Exum, Max Christie, Najee Marshall, PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford. I think Daniel Gafford might end up getting traded to somebody, but the Russell thing, I'm not too coach. I don't care. D'Angelo Russell, I'm not liking that either. So I'm not even gonna put them in. They're not gonna be my team either. Now break it down. So out west, only other team I probably could say might be the Spurs. They might be a surprise team.
Houston's gonna be a problem.
Well, you see, my man's gonna be out for a while because he got a sprained ankle or something.
Who? Van Vliet.
No. Losing him was big too. But
Sengun.
Yeah. Let me go here. Depth chart. What is?
Yeah, we definitely got the potential to be sneaky good, though.
Yeah, y'all do.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it. It's not terrible.
So they got Reed Shepherd starting their guard. Thompson, I think Thompson was the one that did something to his ankle. Kevin Durant as small forward, Jabari Smith Jr. at power forward, and Sengun as center.
Yeah, they're gonna be a
Now the key with them is Steve Adams and Clint Capella. Those two guys, if they contribute, they're gonna be nice. They'll be really nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we're at a 2-hour mark. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me again. Somebody was on the line, and I didn't see. I think it might have been Razoo, and I apologize. I didn't get to you because we were deep in conversation. But again, I thank you guys for hanging out with me. My season's over with sports, so I'll be doing, like I said again, I'll be doing my show on Mondays, and you guys will have a show on Tuesdays, if possible. And the thing about it is, on Tuesdays, I'm gonna sit back and just be I'm gonna be the hostess with the mostest is listen to you guys talk. I'm gonna let y'all do all the talking, and y'all to go about your debates and everything like that. But again, if you guys come up with a show name, let me know, and you come up with a logo, and if I can do it, I can go get this logo taken care of, and I can do the logo and the name. I can get all that embroidered for everybody, and then we can get that off the ground and running, and I can go downtown and get the IEN number for that, so nobody can take it from us. But again, we did put it out there to social media, but we didn't get a response to it. But I think I have an idea on how to make this thing work again. But again, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me again. For some reason, we didn't get a lot of people on the live feed today, but that's okay because people got life things to do. So again, make sure you guys keep Mo's son in prayer. Dana.
Yep.
Dana, are you there? Dana, you put yourself on mute, I think, so that's why you may not be able to hear me. But I wanted to ask Dana how his dad was doing, but he might be getting his 12. He might be getting his slow roll on right now. Better known as 40 winks. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me again as usual. You guys have a good rest of the week, man, and look forward to some great football coming up tomorrow night. We got football. Look, we got football, hockey, baseball, basketball, golf, NASCAR. Man, it don't get no better in October, baby. I'm telling you, it don't get no better in October. That's the month that everything be going on. So if you're a sports fan and you don't get enough, it ain't our fault. That's all I gotta say about that. Yeah. All right, guys, y'all have a good night, man. Y'all take care.
You too.
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K. Dix from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart, Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida, G-Dub from Austin, Texas, and Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, we throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big time players make big time plays and big time games. Stay ready, be ready. You have been listening to an In the Zone Sports Talk radio production. Remember, you can hear us again on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support.